Oh, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Anyway, welcome to Dragon Quest 3. Which was originally was the Seeds of Salvation. It's now the 2D HD remake. Anyway, I will not be going with my usual character name. I will be going with the original English name given to this character. Mostly because I want to. And it is the not the Eldrick trilogy. It's the Erdrick trilogy that's being remade first. Pretty sure that's how you spell it. Let me check real quick. Yep, that is in fact how you spell it. Erdrick. He is also known as Lotto back in Japan. It's an and according to the Dragon Quest wiki, it's an honorary title given to legendary heroes and frequently mentioned in the Dragon Quest series. Either way, though, this is the name he's given for the series, and it is known as the Erdrick trilogy for the entirety of this. And I will be trying to play these games in 3-2-1 order, like is in chronological and in-game chronological order, which is 3, 2, then 1. What do you mean that name isn't allowed? It's literally the Erdrick trilogy. I mean, I used the character's Japanese name when it first came out on a different file, which I've gotten 12 hours into. Oh, like you all haven't enjoyed a game when it first came out, went only to stream it later. I guess if that's the case, I'll go if that character's name, if that name isn't allowed. I'll just go with the original character's name. I'll just guess not with the original character. I'll go with the name I usually use. I intend to be a dude. I do want them to speak in English. Do you want? Yes. I won't be playing on Draki Quest. I will be playing on Dragon Quest. I won't be playing on Draconian Quest. That just seems like more of a pain in the butt than I'm ready for. Well, it's more of a pain in the butt and more... I really don't want to have to grind for more hours than I already need to in regular Dragon Quest. I'm content here. Yes, there is an autosave in this, which is honestly quite amazing. I will not lie, it's honestly quite amazing. It means you don't get booted back to the church every time you act every time. Yeah.
If you can hear me, follow the sound of my voice. Yes, come this way.
Yeah. And you can run. Also, then there's the other thing where personalities are decided. So far, I have had 2 files, and I have gotten 2 different things for the personality quiz. One of which was a personality I didn't really like, and the other was Paragon. So take that as you will. Whatever I get this time will be interesting. Either way, though, let's get into it. Yeah, and I'm not going to be putting my actual real name in here since this is going on YouTube. And since there's enough spaces, I will put in my YouTube channel name. Unfortunately, there's no numerical system. But this works. What month was I born? I'm pretty sure I can share that information and it won't be an issue. And that as well. It's gonna come out on the internet anyway. Yeah, I believe victory can be won anywhere. So, yes. I like to keep things simple, so no. It depends on the people. So, no. Yes. No. I like assembling model kits if that means anything. Yeah, it depends on what those most minor matters are. So, yes. Honestly, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Honestly, no. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Right now? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do believe it to be filled with more sadness than with joy. But there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. Until there isn't. Did you ever wish that you were grown to adulthood before your Sometimes, yeah. Am I reading that question right? No, not really. Not really. I'm pretty sure that's true with most people, so yes. South. To the north and east, only death awaits. I'm not gonna be a jerk. This is your spirit, your soul, the essence of your character. Dawn will break and you will rise to greet the new day. I am she who watches over all. I look forward to the time when you and I come face to face at last.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, no time like the present.
I know. I'll go and wake them now. Cooey! Wakey, wakey! Rise and shine! Morning, my darling. It's time to get up. Today's a very important day. After all, it's not every morning you ask the king himself to give your big journey his personal blessing. This is what I've been raising you for all these years. Well then, shall we get going? Come on, follow me. Come on, dear. You know where the castle is. Straight on now. Off you go. And remember to mind your manners. I won't have the king thinking you've been dragged up.
Yeah. Oh, let's think. Before we go any further, though, I want to... Straight arrow, huh? Alright, into the Traveler's Tips we go. Yes, it gives you a list of personalities and what attributes they increase. Going from A to Z. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. means I won't be hitting like a truck and being the unofficial tank of the party, though. Like I tended to be for my test campaign.
Well met, child of Ortega.
We could not locate any of Ortega's belongings.
I see. To think something out there is capable of besting a man of his caliber.
My husband thought long and hard before setting off. I'm sure he was at peace when he passed.
Doubtless your mother has recounted the tale of your father's final moments many times. When he fell into the maw of that accursed volcano, the world lost a great man. However, we wholeheartedly approve of your wish to follow in his footsteps and set forth on the path of adventure.
To give more context, that's the royal we, which doesn't get used very often anymore, and is only reserved for royalty and the like.
For it is what he would have wanted. And only the child of such a hero as he could hope to save our world.
That's too low. Maybe it's low enough.
The foe we face is dire indeed. The archfiend Baramos.
Yeah, considering we saw his descriptor in Dragon Quest 3. Dragon Quest 3 in Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. And considering the history of Dragon Quest game starter, Dragon Quest games in general,
Many of the peoples of this world do not yet even know his name.
Baramos isn't the true boss. He's the face, I won't deny that. But he's not the true boss.
And yet, his grip on our realm grows ever tighter. He must be stopped, no matter the cost. You must free us from the Archfiend's ever-encroaching tyranny. But alone, you will only meet the same fate as your father. Go and consult with Mistress Patty in town, and use this to outfit the companions she has selected for you.
Allow me to proffer some guidance. You would be wise to seek out the thief's key, an implement that can open a myriad of the world's doors. Obtain it, and your travels will be that bit easier. But first, I suggest you heed His Majesty's advice and seek like-minded individuals at Patty's party planning place. Once you have done so, try making your way to Reeve, a quaint village to the northwest of our fair kingdom. You will now find Reeve marked on your map. Locating the rest of the realm's noteworthy areas, however, is a task I believe best left in your capable hands.
Yeah, exploration's a thing. And you really should be getting into it.
You simply need to note down anywhere you happen to visit. Be sure to see these places with your own eyes first, though. Otherwise, you'll likely forget to mark them on your map.
Basically, if you see an interesting place on the map, head to it, get there, head into it, and it will be marked on your map afterwards. You can't just see it on the map and it will automatically be marked
remember,
there.
Your curiosity is an asset most valuable. Lend it an ear at all times, and you will surely benefit. However, remain wary, lest it lead you into trouble on occasion.
We expect great things of you.
Yeah. I should have explored the castle a bit. Though I can't really explore it too much, considering the thief's key isn't in our possession yet. And I kind of want to see what party members I got this time.
Hey, you. Still can't believe this day's finally here. I remember when you popped out of your mother like it was yesterday, you know? Oh, and don't be thinking I'm ridiculously old or anything. I was just a kid back then. But it felt like I suddenly had a new sibling to look after. To think that was 16 whole years ago. At any rate, I'm sure you know by now, but Patty's Party Planning Place is your one-stop shop for all things adventuring. If you find yourself feeling lonely on the road, or simply want some muscle you can count on in a pinch, let me know. I'll find the perfect companions to suit your needs. But gosh, you really are all grown up now, aren't you? May take me a while to get used to. At any rate.
Yeah. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Merle showed up again. He was in my test party as well. He was in my test game as well. Was one of the first recruitable characters. Nelson, however, is new. As is Nikolai. Yeah, we gotta outfit our friends. And I will be grabbing my pre-order bonus. And I will be doing some recruiting real quick. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, for martial artists, you're going to want. This also decides personality. Just FYI, when you recruit. So you can either leave it to him, or you can do it yourself. I'll leave it to you. And now we can decide their voice. To put it in perspective, all the voices over here are male, all the voices over here are female. Otherwise. I will recruit one of every class sometime before the adventure is done. But for now, I will just recruit 2. Oh, welcome to the stream. I said I'd be doing it on the 19th when I got back, in case you haven't checked my community tabs. Yeah, always remember to always remember to save. Otherwise, though, let's do a quick, not tactics, not systems, that travel tips repair. Slippery Devil is very useful for me. Is a very useful bit for mages. Otherwise, Nelson is an idealist, and Nikolai is a mule. All right. So he's not a bad tank. He's not ironclad, unfortunately, but he's still pretty tough. And that's not great for a priest. That's very much not great for a priest. Yeah, that's not great for a priest. That's not great for a priest at all. So that's a bit of a problem. I unfortunately have a very terrible priest. Or at the very least, I have a priest who won't be able to heal very much, and who won't be able to hit back very much. He's very much just kind of here and not really serving any other purpose other than just filling the party slot. He will be able to heal, but not as much as he could or should be able to, due to that personality. Yeah, there's our granddad, and we should really... And when you first get into a new town, in every Dragon Quest game, you should explore every corner and every inch of it that you can. You will find stuff that you will find interesting or useful. Oh, and talk to everybody. Search every item, look in every pot. Experience with every step. And there are some places you won't be able to get to right away. Also, down here is the mini metal shop, in case for all of you Dragon Quest fans that'll be watching this later on. Yeah, and here's the map of the continent of Alehan. No, this is just the Kingdom of Alehan. This is the map of the continent. And this is the Kingdom of Alehan. And I will go talk to the mini metal guy, since I'm pretty sure I need to talk to him in order for mini metals to start spawning. Morgan Miniman. Yep, those are all the things you get for turning in lots of mini metals to him. But otherwise, I am kind of disappointed we didn't get some of the people from that I got in a different file, but I suppose that's the way it goes. Ah. Ugh. Sorry I sneezed. Otherwise, though, this is very much pretty much the game. You explore, you fight enemies. It's your typical, you deal with story shenanigans. It's your typical RPG. It's your typical turn-based RPG. And so far, the game is not off to a great start. Yeah, Nikolai doesn't get a healing skill until level. No, he starts off with one. I'm thinking of mid heal. He doesn't get mid heal till level 15. Unfortunately. There's also the other issue. The hero will always level up behind the rest of his party. His, her, their party. To my knowledge. Your hero will always be a level... The player character will always be a level or two behind the rest of the party. No offense to the player character intended. But they'll always be a level or two behind the party. Until they aren't. And when they reach that point, that's only because All Trades Abbey is accessible. And you can do stuff to change your character's skill set. Your party's skill set. Like I said, though, the player character will always be a level or two behind the rest of the party. I wish that wasn't the case. It unfortunately is, though. I wonder how that works. Whether the items you get are decided by the true name you decide to give the game, or the actual name you decide to give the game. Yeah, training togs are for martial artists, in case that wasn't obvious. And I will only be playing from 2 to 3? No, from 2 to 3, from 2 to 4 Central Standard Time. Or 2 to 5. Central Standard Time every day to try and get myself back on schedule. I will probably do some grinding off camera, but off capture card since I'm not using a camera. But I won't do any story shenanigans or quests or what have you until you all are here. Until I'm streaming. I really don't like Nikolai's. I don't like Nikolai's personality, I'm not gonna lie. He's a pretty terrible priest. He'd be an alright warrior, but he's a pretty terrible priest. Otherwise, the music's pretty good. Just because I doubt you guys would like to see me just wander around back and forth in the same patch of grass, fighting everything that moves until I'm certain of my level. So I will be getting through as much story as possible here for this stream. Yeah, you gotta go, like all classic Dragon Quest. To resurrect party members, you need to head to a church. And then proceed to pay at least half your money in gold. Yeah, I think the items are randomized depending on what name you put in at the start. Whether it's true name or not. I'm pretty sure it randomizes your items. I could stay at the inn, but I don't think I need to. I will probably go to the church, do a quick confession to get a save here, and then head back out. Considering leveling, unlike in a lot of other Dragon Quest games, refills all my stats. Instead of leaving me with just a bigger hole than before. Yeah, I'll head that way eventually. There is, however, an optional dungeon down here that I'd like to clear out first. Yeah, I really don't like the fact that Nikolai is kind of he's bad. I don't like the fact that he's a pretty bad priest. Firstly, look at the stats. Nelson is a tank, but it's pretty much his entire shtick. He's not meant to be fast. He's meant to hit decently hard, but all things considered, he's very much a meat tank. Nikolai, on the other hand, is meant to be a healer, and that personality is not helping. Nikolai is more than likely getting all our seeds of wisdom for the foreseeable future. When we get them. But yeah, no, an autosave occurs every time you fight, every time you do anything in this game. An autosave occurs. Which I will admit is kind of useful. I'm glad Nikolai has that personality because it means he'll be a tanky priest, which is useful. But at the same time, wisdom is necessary. Very necessary. Considering he's in charge of keeping the entire party healthy and well healed. When it fully comes down to it. And the hero, considering the hero gets a lot of different spells, will be able to help in that perspective, but at the same time, it will mostly fall to the priest. The moment Moral gets Sizz, this will be extremely easy. Don't get me wrong, we're kind of tearing apart the enemies so far in the game. But the moment Moral gets an area of effect spell, this game is going to be a lot easier. Hey look, it's something I don't have to buy now. And since Merle is the mage, he will be getting that because he needs the defense. Due to the mage being kind of a glass cannon. Oh, don't get me wrong. Mage is a very powerful class, but it's most of your damage. In this game. I also find it weird that buff and Kabuff went to mage instead of going to priest like it does in every other game. Yeah, anyway, welcome to Dreamer's Tower, where the thief key is located. That's neutral damage. Otherwise, though, I intend to get through the entire game, including the end of the game and the post-true end of the game. Yeah, it's a trap. Blue means less than normal, less than neutral damage. Red is, in case it wasn't obvious, red is hot, is super effective damage. So toadies take reduced damage from fire attacks. And so far, with all the areas I've been to in my own personal file, I haven't beaten the game. I didn't have enough time to. And I don't, and if I did, this would be boring. But I know that hoarding money is going to be kind of a thing in this game. Which that wasn't the case, but it is. You are going to hoard and burn through a lot of money in this game. you're gonna hoard and burn through a lot of money in this game. Yep, well, we have come across our first mini medal. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Yeah, I gotta backtrack back to that other area, because there's a chest I missed. I should probably move this up as well. There it is. There's the chat box. Yeah, I don't mind backtracking because it gives there's no reason not to. Until later, when you run into absurdly strong enemies. But even then, it's as long as you live to fight another day, you will get more XP and you'll get a lot of XP and gold out of it. So picking fights isn't the worst thing you could do when backtracking through a dungeon. Especially considering you get healed for picking said fights and taking down enemies. Once you get XP, once you level up, your MP and HP fully refills without having to worry about consuming various items to restore your stuff. And man now has a boomerang. Which isn't terrible. Considering boomerangs hit everything on the screen, no matter what type of group it's in. Most weapons are single hit in this game. There are exceptions like the whip and the boomerang, but those are the only two exceptions. And the boomerang hits everything while the whip only hits groups. Of enemies. I'll try and get through this first continent for this stream. I'm not going to be able to get through the second continent in one stream. Really wish I could, but I haven't. Ah!
Well, well, well. So you've come at last. I've dreamt so many times of giving you this key. Heaven alone knows why. But it must mean something, so here you go. One thief's key. You'll take it, won't you? Now, use that to go and have a look inside the house in Reeve with a red door.
To put it into perspective, the thief's key opens all red doors. The magic key, which we'll run into later, opens all blue doors. And then there's the ultimate key, which opens all black doors.
Don't worry, the chap there loves visitors. By the way, there are books in this world so influential that they can change your whole personality.
Yep. So if you're not happy with your current personality, you can change it.
Open them with caution, that's my advice.
Yeah, those books are consumable, however.
Off you go then.
Yeah, no. The boomerangs hit everything on the screen. They're not screen nukes. They're screen tappers more than they're screen nukes. But they do hit everything on the screen. Whips hit all monsters in a single group, and every other weapon, to my knowledge, only targets one enemy at a time. And there's nothing here. So we can jump off the top of the Dreamer's Tower, hit all the way to the bottom floor, go back inside, head to that inn, and check out everything in there. But yeah, no. Getting money is going to be a major thing in this game. Because everything is stupidly expensive. Anyway, that's the path of Providence cleared. Along with Dreamer's Tower. And now, where's the path? There, and now we need to head into the basement of Dreamer's Tower, and then head to there's stuff at the top, and there's stuff to the left. There's stuff to the right, not to the left. Anyway, let's head right. Is it a medical herb? It's a medical herb. Yeah, And we're now back in Alihan. More specifically, we are under the castle in Alihan. Yeah, the Thief's Key opens any red door. And I do mean any red door. There are no limitations. But it only opens red doors. It doesn't open blue doors. It doesn't open black doors. It only opens red doors. See? That's a blue door. That's a magic key door. Yep. And now we have it. And it doesn't open every door in existence. It just opens most doors. But yeah, no. This is one continent in the entire world. Either way, though, we are back in Alihan. Temporarily. Let's do a quick confession, and then I'll sling one of those Chimera wings to head back up to Reeve. And then we'll head east after buying a absolute metric ton of equipment. Because cypress sticks and pot lids aren't going to get us very far. Yeah, everything here is stupidly expensive. And everything you want to sell is dirt cheap. Until you get a merchant who's very good at his job, very good at their jobs, you will end up burning through more money than you have. Really wish that wasn't the case. It unfortunately is. I will sell the Wayfarer's clothes and Nikolai's plain clothes. And then I'll buy Nelson a chain sickle. And then I'll sell my extra copper sword. Oh yeah, and there's gonna be interesting stuff in the item shop that you can't get anywhere else. There's going to be stuff in the item shop that you can't get in the attack, in the armor and weapons shop, and there's going to be stuff in the weapons and armor shop that you can't get in the item shop. Oh, fudge. A judge. A judge. A judge.
What are you doing in here? I could have sworn I locked the front door. Did you find a key somewhere or something? You trespassing so-and-so? What's that? The thief's key? My goodness, to get your hands on that, you'd have to be... You are, aren't you? You're Ortega's child, the one we've heard so much about. Oh, my. Then I'd better give you a little something to help you on your way. Now, where did I put it?
We got a bomb!
You can use that to break the seal on the teleportal. Once you're feeling suitably prepared, make tracks for a spring to the east of Alian. But be careful with that ball now. Those things go off with an almighty bang. And good luck. You'll definitely be in need of it. But to think that you will never again lay eyes on the great Ortega. Your mother puts up a strong front, but deep down she's sorely racked with grief. Be sure to head home from time to time and show her that all is well.
Yep. And that's something that you should do. Not because it helps you out in any way, even though it does, but it just kind of makes it seem like you're not a complete jerk. Because people worry, you know? And now we're heading to the east. But once we reach the next continent, I will dip and call it an end to the stream. Hold on. Okay. Oh, and here's something else that got introduced in this game. Secret spots. The world is full of secret areas, waiting for someone to discover them. These spots often look a bit different to their surroundings, so keep an eye about them. You might find a stash of items, or some coins, or you might find something else altogether more unique than either of them. And there's something that's awesome for Merle. A wizard's staff. Which is our first wand in the game. Meaning it's expensive as heck. And we just got that for free. Yeah, flying enemies are weak to wind. Most insect enemies, save for a few exceptions, are weak to fire, etc., etc. The different monster families are all weak to different Stoof. They all have different weaknesses, they all have different strengths. Most insect and flying-based monsters are weak to fire and are weak to... Most flying monsters are weak to wind attacks. Most insect monsters are weak to fire attacks. Most beast monsters are weak to fire attacks, etc., etc. And even then there are exceptions to those rules. And those are our first fiend enemies, Prestidigitators. They are magic users. But once you unlock Zoom, the player's house back in Alehan will be extremely useful, considering it's basically a free inn. Yep, and on to the last dungeon on this continent. To my knowledge. There's probably more that I can't find yet because I don't have a ship. Or because I didn't explore the area thoroughly enough on my own file. Either way, though. There is stoof to be found. There's more than likely more stoof to be found here that I am unaware of. Yep.
The path is clear. Oh, and you might want to take this, too.
And what are you going to give me, old man? Ah! He gives us the world map.
Just know that there's an entirely new world awaiting you on the other side. Keep your wits about you, and don't do anything I wouldn't do now.
Yep. We are officially leaving the continent of Alehan, the continent and the kingdom of Alehan behind. And getting into, well, the path of promise to go head to a different area. And there's our first piece of equipment that changed the wearer's personality. Yeah, it only does so when equipped into the main main accessory slot. Cursed accessories are a troubling exception to the rule. And whenever you put on a cursed accessory, well, you can't take it off. You literally have to go to a church and ask for purification in order to get it off. And then there's our first status ailment, sleep. It's not the most annoying one, until it is. And we got Poof and Evac from that. Evac is useful until it is useful for right now. And there's our first instance of a cursed item. That was a cower ring. It turns whoever wears it into a coward. And is cursed. So you can't remove it unless you go to a church and ask it to be removed. And these are killer pillars. They are buffers. Which is the only nice thing I could say about them. Their whole existence is literally dedicated to buffing themselves up. They have cousins who are worse than they are, considering their cousins are the Iller Pillar and the Griller Pillar. The Iller Pillar can poison you, and along with being able to buff itself and its teammates. The Griller Pillar, on the other hand, is a monster that I don't like dealing with. Mostly due to the fact it has multiple area of effect attacks. It has multiple nukes, is the point I'm making. And those nukes can do anywhere from 10 to... 20 damage. And considering we only have 40 to 60 life at a time, right? We're currently at a state where we don't have much in the way of life. And we're going to be heading into an area where enemies get multiple attack rounds per instead of just one. The ability to do 40 damage a turn per monster, especially considering Griller Pillars tend to travel in packs of at least 2. More often than not. Yeah. Griller Pillars can and will kill you. Very easily. Considering they have Fire Breath and they have Paralysis Breath. Meaning you can either... No, Burn's not a status here. You can get paralyzed, though. Have fun with that. Ooh, that's a rare pull. Yeah, I'm not using poof because, well, you don't get any XP from getting rid of enemies that you use poof on. You only get XP and gold if you defeat enemies, not send them away. Through the portal, and we are officially on a new continent. Welcome to the second continent of this game. It's stupidly massive.
Wait! Don't do anything silly now! Oh, thank heavens! I made it just in time. You might just be the one. Don't worry, friend. You've nothing to fear. Tell me, have you encountered any unusually friendly monsters on your travels? There are some in this world that hold no ill will towards us human folk. This slime being a convenient example of said phenomenon. Ho ho ho! Look at that! He likes you. At any rate, I've taken it upon myself to look after as many of these cordial critters as I can. Oh, that's right. I haven't introduced myself yet. Though I'm sure you've probably pegged who I am. Yes, the one and only Monty the Monster Monitor. You do know me, right?
No, but I'm gonna say yes to make you feel better.
Good to hear word of my work has travelled far and wide. Listen, would you mind if I asked a favour of you? Should you happen to find any friendly monsters on your travels, could you send them my way? I don't have much, but I'm sure I can find some way to compensate you for the trouble. As it happens, there's a monster arena in the nearby town of Romeria. There, critters of a calmer persuasion test their might against one another. Do stop by if you have the time. You'll likely find me there as well. Now farewell, kindred soul. May this not be the last time our paths cross.
Yep. The more monsters you recruit, the larger your monster wrangler's skill set will become. Oh, they'll become stupidly overpowered in no time. But for now, they are pretty weak. Anyway, welcome to the second continent of the game. Anyway, in case it wasn't obvious, Alihan is all the way down here. It's basically the continent of Australia in this world. And there's plenty of other places to look around besides. But once we reach this town, I will go to the church, do a quick confession, and I'm gonna end the stream here. Yes, Romaria has a very Roman influence. No, I don't want to continue on with my adventure at this point. But this has been Ronald Gaming 99. I will see you all tomorrow when I continue going through Dragon Quest 3 3D 2D HD